There's a little bit of culture there for you, buds. I'm feeling really good. I just broke a PR at the gym today. I finally got my mile to under 12 minutes. I'm feeling really good, and I'm hoping that I can help you feel really good too as well. Starting off at the top. Price of silver is $24, and the price of gold is $1,947. That changed. I've talked enough about gold and silver, and digital gold is $29,765. So right now it's about neutral. I say always, pick up a little bit. Once again, none of anything I say is financial advice. If you lose money, I'm sorry. That really does suck. It's happened to me before. All right, and this week's stock pick, Chewy Inc. So Chewy Inc. is it's a dog food and toys and a handful of other little medications and the like. Unfortunately, the reason why I say Chewy Inc. as well as other pet food companies that I pick and talk about are, big and going to get you many dollary dues is because millennials, Zoomers, we're not having kids. It's absolutely, really sad. It's not disgusting. It is disgusting. It's sad. Population collapse. You've heard it all. I don't want to talk about that. But it is going to happen. So you might as well profit off of it. And I think Chewy Inc. is probably a good buy. Especially now because their chief financial officer, Mario Marte, is about to retire. So that's going to be a little bit of a dip in the market. Once again, not financial advice. Alright, moving on to story number one from Timcast News. Republicans and Democrats back bill aiming to reduce U.S.'s stillbirth rate. Speaking of the birth rate, here we go. Wow, look at that. A natural segue. I'm a genius. A bipartisan coalition of lawmakers has proposed new legislation that would earmark $45 million for research on the stillbirth rate in the United States. Approximately 21,000 babies are stillborn in America in 2020, according to data from the CDC. Stillbirths are reported in 1 in every 170 pregnancies, and an estimated 57 babies are stillborn each day. The Stillbirth Health Improvement and Education Shine for Autumn Act of 2023 was introduced in the House of Representatives by Representative Young Kim of California, a Republican, on July 27th. The bill is co-sponsored by Representatives Kathy Castor from Florida, Dave Joyce of Ohio, and Robin Kelly of Illinois. Kim, who co-chairs the Maternity Care Caucus, said she experienced the hardship of pregnancy firsthand and recently grieved with one of her daughters through the pain of losing a baby. Oh. Each pregnancy faces unique challenges, and at least 1 in every 4 stillbirths is preventable, Kim said in a press release. The Shine for Autumn Act will help us gain the research, resources, and education needed to prevent stillbirths, support our health workforce, and help women have healthy pregnancies. I am proud to lead this common sense bill that will positively impact moms and families, and I'll keep fighting for maternal health care solutions. That's lovely. The one time Congress didn't do something terrible, and it's to help stillbirths. Help them from stop happening. not doing great stuff. So that's actually really great. That's lovely to see. Speaking of Congress and other political stuff, Rand Paul files criminal referral to Department of Justice over Dr. Fauci's gain-of-function claims. Senator Rand Paul has officially referred Dr. Anthony Fauci to the Department of Justice for a criminal investigation based on an email from February 2020. The email suggests that Fauci and other scientists expressed concerns about the origins of the virus and the intentional insertion of mutations, contradicting Fauci's previous statements denying any funding of gain-of-function research. Fauci and Paul have clashed in the past over the funding of gain-of-function research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Paul has accused Fauci of lying to Congress and has previously sent a letter to the Department of Justice on the same matter. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be so positive right now. I don't think this is going to go anywhere. But just that it's starting, and we're starting to, the government's starting to be able to fray and pull itself apart. This mega establishment that funded the whole pandemic. That's good. That's slight. It's a small dub. It's a slight dub, but we're gonna take that dub. Speaking of dubs, you oftentimes have to use dubs over your anime in order to properly listen. Another way that you can help with your anime listening is by having suppressors on your firearm, so you don't have to constantly be using those big, stinky, greasy earmuffs, which you still should be using earmuffs. All right, what a segue. From Chris Egger of Guns.com. National Audiology Group supports cutting red tape on suppressors. One of the most respected medical groups when it comes to the hearing loss prevention has gone on record supporting efforts to partially deregulate firearm suppressors. In a letter sent at the end of May, the Academy of Doctors of Audiology, vouching support for evidence-based practices in the delivery of audiovestibular care, endorsed the Hearing Protection Act, H.R. 152/S401, to improve the access to suppressors, holding that at least 7.5 million Americans hunt with a firearm each year and another 19 million regularly participate in target shooting. The organization recognized that firearm users are at a high risk of developing NIHL, noise-induced hearing loss. Well, for starters, that's only the ones that we let you know about, Fed boy. Moving on. While acknowledging the use of traditional hearing protection, such as earplugs and earmuffs, as being essential for preventing hearing loss in firearm users, the group stress such protection alone does not always offer adequate protection from noise exposure. Firearm noise suppressors can be an effective supplement to traditional hearing protection. Importantly, to debate over suppressor deregulation, the Academy of Doctors of Audiology, there's too many ofs, founded in 1976, isn't a gun group. The 1,400 member ADA is one of the oldest and most respected member groups of audiology professionals in the country, and publishes the quarterly Audiology Practices magazine. As noted by the National Institute on Deafness and Other Communication Disorders, ADA strives to be the leader in professional development, high ethical standards, career enhancement, practice improvement, and student outreach. The Hearing Protection Act, sponsored by U.S. Representative Jeff Duncan, Republican of South Carolina, in the House, and U.S. Senator Mike Crapo, Republican in Idaho, in the Senate, aims to remove the country's more than 2.6 million federally registered suppressors from the NFA regulation, instead regulating them as Title I firearms that can be transferred over the counter with a simple NICS check and a 4473, rather than the lengthy Form 4 process and tax stamp. It has been a popular bill with Republicans going back to 2016, but hasn't successfully cleared either chamber as of yet. It goes on. This would be great because, and okay, in order to talk about this to your friends, what you need to constantly refer to suppressors as, don't call them silencers, don't reference any movie stuff, because that's not how that's just not how they work. Just call them hearing devices or firearm safety devices. So long as you call it either one of those two things, most people will be on board with deregulating suppressors from the NFA. Is it a little scummy? Yeah, but so are the people that we're fighting. And what we're fighting for is a lot more noble and good. Speaking of noble pursuits, space. Crew Dragon Soyuz missions set for launches to ISS. Washington. 2 crewed missions remain on track to launch to the International Space Station over the next month and a half after addressing technical issues that included a Soyuz coolant leak. At a July 25th briefing, NASA officials said they are planning to launch of the Crew 7 mission to the ISS no earlier than August 17th. That mission on a Crew Dragon spacecraft was scheduled for August 15th, but pushed back 2 days to allow sufficient time to charge over the Launch Complex 39A from Falcon Heavy to Falcon 9. At the time of briefing, Falcon Heavy was scheduled to launch July 26th, carrying the Jupiter 3 communications satellite. That launch was delayed 2 days because of a technical issue, but successfully lifted off July 28th. Neither NASA nor SpaceX have said if that slip will also further delay Crew 7. At the briefing, Steve Stitch, NASA Commercial Crew Program Manager, said that if Crew 7 does not launch by August 18th, the only available launch opportunity before August 27th would be August 21st, because of the Progress cargo spacecraft operations at the station. So, yeah, just more. it's small news, but seeing more of this, like, standardization of space travel, I think that's great. I think that's super cool. What was this? All right, Nevada. Governor Joe Lombardo proposes using COVID relief funds to restore opportunity scholarships. From KTNV. Governor Joe Lombardo announced an initiative Friday that could help hundreds of kids left in limbo by depleted opportunity scholarship funding. The governor wants to use unallocated federal COVID-19 relief funds for the program, his office announced on Friday afternoon. The initiative was sent to the legislative's Interim Finance Committee, officials noted. I thought that was going to be followed up with an acronym there. Lombardo's finance office submitted a proposal to the committee, which is 15 days to take action, or if it is deemed approved, according to state finance officers. I have been fighting for these children since I took office, Lombardo stated. The Democrats in the legislature refuse to fund these scholarships, and the result is that unless we take action now, these children will be forced out of their schools for the upcoming school year. It's unacceptable for me to let that happen. The Opportunity Scholarships program funds private school education for Nevada parents who otherwise might not be able to afford it. And so for them to take, the money from... I'm getting bugs. Yeah, so pretty much they're taking the unused money from COVID-19 prevention efforts, and they're giving it to little kids, so they can go to school, which is great. And hopefully they'll be going to school in one of these cool new little Mitsubishi mid-sized trucks. This is 100% just a product launch ad, but I thought the trucks were cool, so I want to look at them, read a bit about them. Mitsubishi exited the truck game in the United States in 2009 with the death of the Dodge Dakota-based Raider, centering its lineup instead around the cheap Mirage and crossovers, including the Outlander. But overseas, Mitsubishi remains a big player in the mid-sized truck arena and has just revealed a new generation of the Triton, a staple of the Southeast Asian market. Also called the L200 in certain countries, the Triton won't be offered stateside, and its old-school formula is a reminder of how the U.S. truck market has shifted over the past decade. While American automakers such as Ford and Chevy now exclusively sell their mid-sized trucks in a crew cab configuration, Mitsubishi still offers the Triton with a single cab and extended club cab setups. The Triton's body is mounted on a ladder flame. Wow, I'm getting sleepy. I better finish up. Yeah, I just thought it was a cute looking truck. There's really not much more to that. I just kind of like it. Speaking of cars, so this one is coming out of South Carolina. That's right, I couldn't remember where I pulled this. Richland 2 unveils school bus tracker ahead of incoming school year. The 5th largest school district in South Carolina is encouraging parents, guardians, and students to download a bus tracker ahead of the 2023-24 school year. Richland County School District 2 says they're piloting a new app that will give users the ability to track school buses in real time. Made possible by South Carolina Department of Education, Traversa Ride 360 is now available to download online in the Apple App Store. Every district will have the opportunity to use this app. I can't say that they will, but the routing software, every school district in the state will use this, said Robert White, Director of Transportation. White tells WIS that Traversa routing software was purchased by the state approximately 2 years ago. This to act as a comprehensive student transport program with the help of their Ride 360 app. So pretty much it's just, it's like, how you track your packages from Amazon or eBay? I have one coming in on Friday and one coming in the Friday after that. I know where they are. This is just a similar thing, which I think is very neat. Very cool. And I could have used that when I was in school. That would have been great. Some cat video. I had a realization the other day. Forgive me, I'm just gonna opine for a little bit, just kind of talk while you can enjoy relaxing sounds of nature's videos about silly cats. Smiling is really easy. Smiling helps you feel better. Smiling helps people around you feel better. So do it. Like, simple as, man. It's just... even if you're sitting in your room by yourself, just sit and smile for a good little bit. I'm not going to tell you how long. I ain't your dad. But, just sitting for a minute, smiling and thinking about the nice things. It's important that will make the area around us nice. You know, I mean, the clean your room, Bucko. Make sure when you see a kitty cat, you go pet it. You know, the Jordan Peterson thing. It's legit. Like, do things that are nice simply because they're nice. Whether that's, you know, watching this cute little kitty cat in the forest, oh, look at him yawn. Or if it's just smiling at your coworker as they walk past. Do things that are nice explicitly for the purpose of them being nice. And that's all I have to say about that. Go to the gym, hit a new PR, read your scriptures, pray to Jesus. See you next week. Besos.
And we say bye-bye.